Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly Pathfinder game. When I last left off, the group had done some investigating of a shady merchant that potentially has links to the cult they are wanting to investigate, and they threw a bit of a party to try and help get some new acquaintances on a better path. They're not sure if it worked or if it didn't, but they seem to at least take the party's concerns under advisement. After which, the group had a discussion about, well, they learned potential outcomes, during which Sagart's halo began to glow much more brightly, as I believe a wave of healing washed out from it.
Yes.
Sorry, my brain got sidetracked with another thing I forgot that I need to be doing, which will have to hopefully happen this week. We'll see. If not, I suppose I have time. The only other thing of note is that Stagart in particular met another person that was identical to the shady merchant they were trying to find out more about, though he went by a different name and seemed to be doing a different sort of business, though was still a salesman. I think that covers everything. So potential leads for the party and their investigation are a house that might be robbed by, it's supposed to be robbed by the pricks tonight, that they could try and shake down for more information. That shady merchant and a potential meeting location, though they can't be certain of an exact time, but they're fairly certain at the place. So, that said, what are you guys up to? And do you have tokens, or have those disappeared somewhere?
They're gone.
They're not on this
All
map,
right.
at least.
Well, this is the last map I remember us using, so... Or did you just go back to the tavern? Can't remember.
I think
We
We
did
did spend a good bit of time.
Oh, didn't we end
Yeah.
here?
I don't know if we ended there, but we did spend a good bit of time there. I thought we ended here because we did the dining. We talked to the merchant guy. Then we went inside the temple and we chatted, and that's when I got my item upgrade, my halo. And that was when we ended, was with the halo, I thought. And we were planning to do the heist, stop the robbery from happening.
Alrighty.
So either we're in the
Then
big city or
I
we got
think-
removed.
Yeah, I think you guys just popped out for some reason, so I'm going back there. I just was hopping over to the other map for a second to see if your tokens were there, in case there was something I'd forgotten. But no, I will just pile some here for a minute. We'll guys discuss what... Okay, so yeah. So I'll just put the tokens in here while you figure out what you guys want to do next. If it's still the heist or something else.
Mm.
I think I'm slightly better. I don't think I'm gonna puke anymore.
Well, just sip some water for the rest of the evening. Nothing too difficult. If you need to sit it out, here is the place to do it.
Yeah, take some water.
Slow, small sips. There you go. Now then, that heist was supposed to be tonight. The pricks were gonna hit that building.
Oh yeah. There were.
So I believe the proposition had been to get involved. Is that still something we want to do?
I guess.
I'm gonna choose to believe that that burp was at Marina.
No, the eggs were delicious.
They were. But they were also formidable opponents.
And you defeated them. He says,
They
smiling
also
but shaking his
defeated
head.
you.
What's the term? What's it like? Someone called it like a Pyrrhic victory.
Yes. Named for Princess Pyrrhic. The Pyrrhus Empire. Yeah.
Alright, so... Wait, am I gonna have to climb inside the building?
That's why I'm saying that if you're not up to it, you can stay here and rest. And also, I was asking if it was still something we needed to do. Just in case, I don't want to assume.
I mean, if they have nice stuff, then it would be nice to get something.
No, we're not supposed to be the ones robbing the place. We're supposed to be interfering with the bricks robbing it. He kind of
Oh,
looks
I thought
around,
we're
right?
gonna beat him to them. Okay, so we're stopping them?
I thought that was the plan.
It's probably a better plan than trying to rob it ourselves.
I mean, we could do both.
Such an eager beaver.
Oh, well, let's get going.
Just going to take a ladle full of water in a clay cup and bring it with us.
All right. Let me move us over to the other board. I did try to make a new building for this, as last time I used one of the ones in the city just kind of as a stand-in. So this on the outside at least represent a bit better what I was visioning, though the inside is less done. So here, boards, no, flares. That's what the button is. Summon flares.
Hell yeah.
I should put some tokens.
Well, it has a portcullis.
Hey, Pip.
Ugh.
What would you call this?
A ledge. Death.
That's what I see too. I'd call it where the sidewalk ends.
Ah. Never read
There'll
those
be
books.
more in a minute. Like, there's ground all around this thing. It's still in the city, but it's walled off to give itself some privacy.
Is this where the tramline ends?
I hope not. I'm not ready to
Alright.
die yet.
Play music board.
Hey, look, it's me.
You're so big all of a sudden.
I've been this size. The hat makes me look bigger. I mean, and the fact that I'm not, shrunken.
Yeah, even though you're supposed to be small, right?
Yep. Show me small, Derek.
1 second. Alright. There's some of your minimum clearance. Alright. You want to be extra small today?
Show
Let's
me.
do it. Size. So, here's extra small. And a new. And as long as we're adjusting sizes, new feature since the last time we've played.
Oh my!
Oh, it's Attack on Titan.
Can I do this? Oh, this is my new life goal is to be giant Pip.
Yeah, it used to go up to 4x4s, now goes up to 14s by 14s.
Oh.
Exciting. I have a cat incoming.
Alright, so extra tiny or normal tiny?
Normal tiny. I do think I'm supposed to be at least a little taller than the other two.
I mean, one's borderline pocket size, the other one
Yeah.
is a bit taller than that. But,
And I'm
I
like,
think-
what, 3 feet-ish?
like, he's striving to qualify as small, you're striving to qualify as medium.
Yeah.
I think it's about the size of it. Okay. So, I did not double check what time it was at the end of the previous session. I know it was starting to get kind of late in the day. So with the walk here, I'm gonna say 6ish, so like it's starting to get into evening.
I thought dinner was at 7.
Oh, that's right. So then make this 10ish.
Okay.
Because dinner took a while. So apply that. Apply that.
Woo!
And
Ambient.
I'll start grabbing some lights.
But it's so cozy.
What is the plan here? Either tell me or talk amongst yourselves, however you prefer, while I go about this.
We could just knock on the door and tell them the pricks are coming.
Something tells me the pricks wouldn't be coming if there was somebody home. But you could try it. Maybe I'm wrong and they're totally home.
So, at the bare minimum, you will be able to see a guard somewhere in the wall walk. I'll put one up there in a minute.
But we also should probably try to avoid the issue we had at the mines of making them think that we were threatening them.
Hmm.
Yeah, you shouldn't be so aggressive.
I'm trying to be.
Trying to be aggressive.
I enjoy that the marker has a little tail when I move. Okay, anyway. So let's see. So that's one possible plan. Anyone got other plans? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how much I like that plan.
So many dots flying around.
Dots? Markers. Green. That's
Fun.
scrapsy.
But you don't really get the tail unless you're moving the camera. Like if you're just moving the mouse around, it moves too fast to really see it. Oh, no, I guess if you move it real fast, you get a real nice tail. Okay, anyway. I feel like we deserve a, how my D&D players spent their session time graph for this.
What do I own?
Anyway.
Maybe I'll make a graph, but
Yeah.
other words, that's going to require far too much note taking and rewatching of the video.
Yeah. Equipment.
Anyway. So there is knocking and trying to be polite neighbors, but it's 10 o'clock at night, so I don't know about that.
Yes.
We could see if we can try and find the pips, but I think, you know, their whole purpose is going to be to not be findable, so...
So the entranceway into this place, is it actually like a portcullis with gaps in it?
Yes.
Are you thinking what I think you might be thinking?
Utilize
Possibly.
Scrapsy's tiny size to just wander in. Do you want any backup for that, Scrapsy?
I'm thinking
Namely,
I'd
just
go
myself,
in,
since
I'd
we're both
find-
small.
I'm like a third of your size.
Oh, you're even smaller? Okay, never mind.
Scrapsy is like a foot tall. He's tiny.
Okay, alright, I'm sorry. Never mind.
Very small.
Yeah. The thing doesn't really capture how small he actually is.
Wild. So I guess
Can you
instead...
become smaller? Like token size.
That's
The only
That's
way
as small as
I
you
can
get.
make him smaller is by making Sagart bigger, and so he's smaller by comparison. That's it.
Yeah. It's fine. I understand this. I just wanted to check. But if he's super small anyway, then I think rather than asking if he wants company, Slugger would turn to Pip. Just say, "At Pip, scout to see if there's anyone home. Make sure we haven't come in after our prick friends."
Pip or Scrapsy?
Sorry, talk to Pip and say, "Let Scrapsy do everything I just said," is what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
and
you made
fucked
the
it
same
up.
mistake I did last time.
Yeah, he's Pip.
Forgot which character was mine.
Who am I? Anyway, Pip.
Yeah. So if there, you said that there was a guard walking around inside.
There's at least one up on the wall. Let's do that. Not sure if you guys can see him or not.
Am I still fatigued and sickened?
Let me double check what those stats effects do. So I have to check on idea of how long I might have actually applied it, because I don't remember. The wrong system. Pathfinder 2 PDFs.
Fatigued. You're
Guards.
tired and can't summon much energy. You take a -1 status penalty to AC and saving throws. You can't use the exploration activities performed while traveling. You recover from fatigued after full night's rest.
So it was fatigue, and what was the other one? I'm trying to think up now.
You feel ill. Sickened always includes a value. You take a status penalty equal to the value on all your checks and DCs. You can't willingly ingest anything, including elixirs and potions, while sickened.
I would say you're still sickened, but I'll let fatigue drop. Like, you're starting to feel better, but you don't even want to look at food, let alone eat it.
Right?
Alright. So, yes, there's currently one guard, and that's, unless you guys investigate more, that's all you know.
So are we aware of that thing your light is pointing at?
It's,
Because there's a character token there. I don't see that, but I do see the prop.
yeah. So yeah, there is meant to be a character there. If the wall might be blocking your line of sight,
It must be.
as far as tokens are concerned.
Well, that's okay. We know he's
But-
over here.
All right. So
He's walking around, so that's more just kind of a stand-in. But basically, that this whole area has someone patrolling.
Well, we're not the bad guys. We're not trying to be the bad guys. We talk to that patrol person and ask about the family, or simply have Scrapsy make sure there's no one else. Like they see if it's just a security detail there. Come back, let us know. Do you have thoughts on that, Pip? You are pushed to talk, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm
I just wasn't sure because I had asked a question earlier and I didn't have an answer, and I was like, maybe she just didn't push.
The question was just, how do we feel about this, right?
Yeah, how do we feel about sending Scrapsy in? And now I'm saying, we can send Scrapsy in. I mean, or knock on the door like you said. We're trying to warn them about a break-in. We're trying to prevent the break-in. Maybe it'll go as well as it did with the miners, and we'll convince them to pay us for protecting the house.
Oh, this must be the like protection money thing I heard about.
No, we're not running a racket. Not on purpose. I mean, I understand that he is a creature unto himself, but it's still, like, want to make sure that the person who built him is alright with it. I'm sorry, Scrapsy, I do recognize that that's kind of like denying your agency.
Scraps
It
just
looks
shrugs.
blurry, but... Sorry, I interrupted. It just shrugs. I came up with plans last time and they didn't go so well, so I'm leaving this up to you guys.
Hey, how's about I go in and I have a look around while you talk to this guy?
Perfect,
He
both
points up.
plans.
We could do both.
Do it.
Oh, right. If you're gonna like talk to someone, I'm gonna try to be stealthy and not be seen. So bye.
Yeah, so I'm gonna squeeze through the gate.
Don't steal anything.
Wink.
Don't steal
says, 'cause he
anything
can't actually
bigger than
wink.
your pocket.
I was talking to
It looks
Marina,
like these
but
tiny little...
I was too.
Right, so
but
I
now
am
I'm
gonna
concerned about Scrapsy too.
Alright, I squeeze in. Hold on.
Yep.
And then I am going to sneak all around the place. I'm going to do like a lap around the thing.
I'm gonna
around.
give Scrapsy a moment to get away from the gate before addressing any people on the inside of it. So first, I'm gonna bother. Yep. Just be like, so what? That's it? You're worried that you made a bad plan last time, and now you don't want to do it anymore.
I mean,
None of us got hurt.
not anymore, but
I'm sure that they teach you in magic and whatnot that casting spells is all about knowing what you're doing and believing in yourself, right?
well, sure, but
Yeah, it's the same here, too. Mistakes are just an opportunity to learn the wrong way to do it so that you do it the right way next time. Oh, that's just a fancy way of saying, don't worry about it. Nobody died that we cared about.
did anyone die? Or just the Cyclops?
I mean, technically the giant
Okay,
Cyclops
yeah,
did. I just didn't want to sit here and say nobody died and have you say, no, the Cyclops did. I know about that.
So sneaking.
Yeah, what's your stealth modifier?
My stealth modifier is here. It is +8.
Okay, one moment. Alrighty. I have your stealth.
I like the way that was stated.
Secret rules. So what's he see in there?
Alright, so... you'll see... Oh, let's see. So, quick question. How do you open doors? Because, like, you're short enough that, like, reaching the handle becomes a problem. And if they're made of anything but wood, moving them's going to start to become a problem.
That is a reasonable.
So, look, I
Reasonable
need an answer
assessment.
to that question before we tell you what you see, because that's going to severely
Well, I
lower...
wasn't planning on going inside. I was doing a quick skirt around the outside first.
Okay.
Skirt, skirt, skirt.
Then you'll see two guards. One up on top of the wall, and one kind of down behind it. He seems to be on some sort of break. Let me grab a token with him as well. We're just gonna keep using the Dragonborn for scale. Why not? So this one's like kind of just leaning against the wall. He seems to still be awake, just not currently doing much in the way of guarding. Both appear to be armed and armored. Going along the lines of like a breastplate and longsword and shield. They don't seem to notice you. So unless you need to try and find a way inside, you have free reign of the courtyard area.
But I can do.
does-
Can I actually do a loop around the house? It's like that's possible.
You can, well, yes and no. Like, you can go everywhere outside of the house, but you can't, like, loop it per se, as there's not, like, actual connection. There is extra space at the back that I honestly hadn't figured out what to do with yet. So, at the moment, there's just extra space.
But I don't see anyone suspicious outside.
Define outside. Do you mean outside the wall or outside the house but inside the wall?
Outside the house, but inside the wall. That,
The only people you see inside the wall appear to be the guard.
did I see that last guard?
The guards you see are here and here. Well, technically anywhere up here because he's constantly moving. Well, not constantly. move.
Do they wear a
pause, move,
uniform?
pause. Yes.
And are like all the guards I see, even the ones down around here, they're all wearing the same uniform?
Yes, the two guards both have the same uniform.
Okay. Are any windows open?
No. All the windows are shut.
Hmm.
Despite the fact that they don't have glass in Tailspire, they do actually have glass. They are shut.
Yeah, because like the moment I come to a door and I'm just looking up at the handle, there's a right. Didn't plan for this. Let me just have a look in my inventory, see what I have that might. I have rope. I could try to like loop the rope over the handle, see if I can manipulate it that way.
Sure. So if you do poorly enough, I will make you do another stealth check. As kind of
I'm
throwing
gonna
more
have to buy
can
like a
catch
stool
attention,
just so I can
especially
open
since
doors.
What?
Then am I gonna have to buy a stool just so I can open doors?
I mean, generally you have people with you, but maybe for when you're by yourself.
Yeah, you kind of forget that only a foot tall. A door handle becomes an insurmountable obstacle.
I mean, I feel like it's at the very least reasonable for a door handle to be like 3 feet or more off the ground, and that's you might be able to
Yeah.
jump and get that, but then you have no
I
leverage.
have -1 strength.
If cats
It's
can do it,
very
so can you.
dexterous. Okay, so what am I rolling?
Let me pull up a character sheet real quick to remind myself of the skills, because I can never remember. I would say dexterity athletics. It's not really acrobatics, but it's also not really a strength thing, it's more aiming. So dexterity athletics seems to make the most sense to me.
I can do that. Shite, I can't do that. That's a 1 on die, which becomes a 9.
Ooh, okay, that is the critical failure I was looking for if we were going to make you reroll stealth, because technically speaking, you're doing it directly in front of the guard who's on break, who is still awake and looking at the house due to the direction he's facing.
Wait, where is he?
So,
He is right here. You move your token a step. You should be able to see him.
Oh, I see him now.
I realized a flaw in this plan.
flaw?
Perhaps he's caught, they're gonna think he's a prick.
And he is a prick. Just not familiar with the game.
No, his dagger's a prick.
Alright, so
you name
that's
Pricker,
the
dagger,
roll. Double check the
pricker?
modifier.
Dagger's a pricker.
Wait, that is what they do. I just meant. I don't know. Anyway, they might think he's a prick. Or is there not a possibility that he could simply stop moving and they would not know what he is?
I mean, he's basically doing his best Woody impression at the moment.
Drop to the ground. Flump.
Who threw this doll
that's
in
low enough that I
here?
can double check the stat block. So 1 moment. If I keep talking while I look this up.
Hmm.
Yeah, 1 more. One second while I find the thing. All right. Yeah, they well, they won't necessarily have spotted you immediately. They've heard something, and you know people. Someone's going to come in to check it out, and you hear a dog inside the house begin to bark.
Like, shit. The area here, is it all just flat grassland, or is there any like bushes or topiaries or anything like that?
There would be kind of like a tree garden off to one side. So let me double check a thing. So let me do this the way that makes sense. So
Kristen asleep?
yes,
Very well might be. Kristen!
Hey?
Good morning.
What?
You sounded snoozy.
Sorry.
I heard snoring. Just,
It's possible.
I was
I apologize.
so one that shouldn't be there because logic. So
Was that question asked to my character, or was it just my noise?
Just
somewhat just your noise,
Okay.
but
thought you were asleep.
things are starting to happen again. So hopefully this helps. But so Scrapsy has failed his stealth,
Whoopsie.
but only by a little bit. So they've only heard him. He's got basically a turn before they spot him. And there are
Alright,
some
so
bushes
I am
and trees
going
in this section
to-
over here that I'll start.
I
to
am
close.
actually going to move out of line of sight and then try and hide in any bushes that are nearby.
Okay.
We should take that opportunity to distract the guards by banging on the door.
Probably. You do the talking.
There's a,
Okay.
Guess I can do the knocking.
Okay. Accurate.
I'm poor. Wait, how tall are you?
3 feet.
Oh, okay, we're both 3 feet. well. I guess I will. It feels weird knocking on a portcullis, though.
Yeah, you could call out. Like, hey,
Yeah.
hello there.
Well, then, if you're doing the talking, you call out.
Alright, fine. Hello? Who's guarding this gate? Whack at it with my spear.
You'll see the guard peer over the side. State your business.
I'm gonna point my spear and say, you there! We need to talk about the pricks!
Oh, do we?
Yeah. Come here.
I will not be coming there. I'll be staying right here, thank you. What do you want?
What more we don't want? We don't want this place robbed by the pricks. We...
A threat.
No? It would be a threat if I said I wanted the pricks to rob you and I was going to help them. That's a threat. I'm informing you that I don't want this place robbed by the pricks, so I want your help to not have that happen.
Have you
what
seen
does this
anything
help look
strange
like?
happening tonight? Or heard anything strange? Or seen anybody sizing up the walls or something recently?
At the moment, just you.
They could already be inside for all we know.
True.
Who is the master of this place?
Double checking a name. I think I have it written down. If not, I'll have to do a thing.
I like that I just got the notification right now that Player 4 Podcast is live.
Yeah, we're only like an hour into it.
Are we really?
Yep.
Wow.
Alright, so I don't remember the name. Kate, what's the name of your character's cousin?
I don't think that was it.
Shut up. I mean, right now they're going by, or she's going by Pax Orad.
No, that's the name of the wizard she replaced.
Yeah.
Those are two distinctly different entities.
I think she's saying she's using his identity.
I feel like you had a name on her token last time, like Alara something or other.
You know what? Yeah, unique token list. Let me see here. Laura, but spelled Lora.
Right.
That name right? 'Cause I'm pretty sure this is the token I used last time.
Sounds familiar.
You forget your own sister's name.
Wait, but let's add an E at the front, make her Alora. It's a character from Spyro. He's a fawn, dork. Anyway,
I bet she's cute.
he's cute.
Do you have a last name or because we're all addressed by last name?
Yeah, probably.
Well, I update this.
I
To
don't know,
E at the front?
Tristan. Give us a last name.
Elora
Booksmith.
Booksmith.
What?
Just went with what Thomas said. No.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I did say Booksmith.
I thought you
Did
said
you
Booksmith.
say?
They said Poopsmith.
Oh my god.
Elora Tavani.
Oh, I like that.
Alright, you care to give me a spelling?
I was just gonna go with Tevani.
Yeah.
Alright. Token updated.
Woo.
Whew.
So then, in reply, he'll say, "This is the home of Mistress Tavani. Now, what do you want?"
Tavani? Alora Tavani?
Yes.
You
My
know
cousin.
her. Oh.
A small world.
Well, you have the height for it.
I feel like I should be insulted by that.
I mean, that was the goal. He thinks you're full of it, so he's just gonna start throwing jabs.
No, really. Is she home right now? I guess it's kind of late. She might be sleeping. But no,
I
she,
confirm or
she...
deny any such question. What do you want?
Well, no, I really don't want her getting robbed.
Me? Cornered some Pecs yesterday and found out from them that one of their cells had a job they were doing here. So we thought we would interrupt it. Do a service for the city. Maybe get
Apparently my
paid for our
cousin-
trouble.
And what does this service entail?
Well,
Making sure my cousin doesn't get robbed.
you might want to have, if you've got others there with you, somebody check inside the house to make sure that they haven't already beaten us here and started robbing the place.
Of course, we don't know what they're after, so...
That does not help us, yes. We don't know where they'd be in the house. I'm certain I can't convince you to let us in there, because that would be like letting the robbers in, but...
If you
It's
could
pretty much
contact
the
Alora...
opposite of doing my job.
If you could contact Alora, you could tell her that, Pip is here.
Also, the opposite of not my job.
The opposite of not your job, so your job?
No, he said the opposite of my job. There was not a nod there.
Sounded like not.
I think that wasn't meant to be, because my words get away from me.
Okay, is or is not your job to protect this place from being robbed?
It is, and it's also to not bother her with meaningless bullshit. Now, move along.
I think your cousin thinks you're
Which has some
meaningless
actual proof
bullshit.
of any of the things you're saying. I don't really care.
He's not important enough to be able to talk to your sister. Cousin, whatever.
Pip's going
And yet,
digging
I'm
around
still
in their
more
bag.
important than you.
I don't think that's true at all. I am a highly respected priest.
Pip's going digging around in their bag, trying to figure out if they have any, like...
Proof.
Yeah, like a letter or something that she might have sent. I don't know, want me to roll something to decide if I've got a letter?
You've just got a letter.
Alright, so before we do, since there's not really going to be any kind of stat that can be added to this, I need to ask you some questions to figure out potential modifier DC, basically just the odds of this working. So how close are you two?
We used to be, I guess, very close. Over the last couple years, we've kind of drifted apart a little bit because things were not going great for me, and, you know, as we started hitting in 19 years and stuff. How old am I? I don't remember how old I am.
Just like a normal person.
I don't remember how old I said I was. That might be relevant.
I'm 11 days.
"19 years."
Bullshit.
Okay, so yeah, in the last, like, couple years, we've kind of drifted apart as...
Hey!
What?
Oh, I'm actually back now.
He's
What?
haunted.
Things are dying.
Derek's haunted.
What's happening?
I think he's lost his internet connection.
Oh no.
Yeah, my internet crapped itself.
Oh,
Bummer.
Luckily,
So,
mine didn't, so we're okay.
I need you to tell me your internet question again from start to finish. 'Cause I
Well,
didn't hear a
good
thing. Of it.
thing, because I barely even started.
Okay.
I like that we can hear him, but he's
I-
losing us.
Things are falling apart around me.
Oh no.
Like, the
long as they're
board
not
is
on
like starting to
fire.
flash in and out due to losing connection.
What's on fire?
I said as long as nothing's on fire, then everything else is recoverable.
I am on
I
fire,
mean, my computer's not on fire this time.
but an extinguisher will not be necessary.
Okay. Let's try this one more.
How... I forgot what I was gonna say. Do you have a thought in mind for how old she is?
Not really. Like, I wanted to, like, it's character you made, so I want to leave most everything up to you. It's just, since she fit the role of filling in for Pax once he no longer existed,
Yeah.
you just also have some of his things as well. It's not going to be so much
Yeah.
her age, because that's part of what you brought up to cause a paradox.
Yeah. Well, Thomas, I think.
Yes. When I said you, I mean like the royal you, the you as a
Yeah,
group.
yeah.
The party.
The party. Alright, hang on. So I'm 19. We'll say I'm 19. We'll say she's
25.
23, 24? Is that too young to have a house?
No.
I guess not.
Not
Not
really.
when you're
That's
magically
very
rich.
weird. Yeah. Okay, so we'll say she's 24. She can be 5 years older. 29.
Sheila.
Maybe we'll see 23. Hang on. Guy says she's 24. I rolled
Right.
high low.
Younger than me and has a house. What a bitch.
What?
I said younger than me and has a house.
Yeah, well, magic.
Magically
Indeed.
rich.
Balzac. I don't... About to take my meds. Okay. Anyway, so right, so the answer was that we were quite close when we were younger, and then like as she started like getting toward later teen years, and Pip did not seem to be progressing very far, and her magic started getting much better, they kind of drifted apart, and may have had a bit of a falling out. We'll say probably about 5 years ago. Say about 5 or 6 years ago. I think it would be not unreasonable for them to start trying to mend fences, though. Once
Alright.
she had gotten herself kind of more settled out and maybe stopped feeling a little bit threatened by having a lackluster connection. What could be perceived as a lackluster connection? Like if she was perceiving Pip as being like a reason for being mocked once she started feeling more secure in herself. So like hitting into 20s. May
All right.
I don't know. So basically they were close, they had a falling out. This is around the time that they may have, it wouldn't be unreasonable for them to start trying to mend fences.
Alright, but this is more of a new development.
Probably, yeah. And
Alright,
that's
so then,
just sort of my, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Then, if you got a letter from her, how important would it be to the character? Like, how likely would you be to hold on to it?
Very.
Okay. So, I want you to roll me some percentile dice. As long as we're doing percent, might as well do it that way. With 55 being the target number. So 55 or above.
Okay.
So not quite 50-50, but you're close.
Rude. 50 exactly. How dare. How dare.
Oh well.
Even if it was 50-50, it wouldn't have mattered.
You could have sworn you still had it. Maybe you left it in your room and you just can't find it in the dark. Either way, you just can't seem to find something linking you to your cousin.
That's okay. Was our distraction enough to let Scrapsy get away from the people who were detecting him?
Yes. He's not able to get all the way out, like he made it through his bush and he's hiding there.
Yeah. Why don't we let him continue his
figure out a way
infiltration?
Out, but
You want to
Pip
get
is going to start frantically rattling off personal details.
You want to go get that stuff you need, hon?
I'm under a cat.
so Scraps. So after you try and lasso the handle, you knock something loose, make a metallic rattle, piss off a dog, and catch the attention of the guard that was looking your direction. You manage to get away and into the bushes, but you kind of would have needed to have left the rope behind, as it would have been a little bit tangled in the process of throwing it.
Actually, this could work out in our favor.
So, you
Is this the guard who was at the, who was here talking to them through the gate?
The one that's talking to him is the one on top of the wall.
Okay, so there's no
So
one
this is the
between
one
me
that
and
was-
the.
There's no one physically between it, no.
Then I am going to try and sneak back to the gate.
Alright. Be aware it will be more difficult as they are at least the one by the house is going to be a bit more alert. Let's see here.
Can I do a distraction? Like, if there's like a loose stone or something, I can pick up and throw in a direction I do not want them to look. And
Or
then
to throw the rock in a place you don't want them to look.
Mm. No, we know what it is.
no, in the direction.
That he is
away
gonna
from
be.
Okay.
Basically, like if I'm going to be
Yeah.
here going down to here, I'd kind of like them to look over here, maybe.
Alright, you can do that. Make me a dexterity attack roll. And tell me where you're flinging it.
Right. What's a dexterity attack roll? Am I proficient in such things?
Sure, because I don't want to have to get into it. So, proficiency. So, like
Yeah,
basic proficiency,
+4.
level, dexterity. And I think that's it.
Oh, that's slightly better. It's 15.
15. One moment. Alright. You are able to chuck this rock where you're throwing it. Didn't see.
Sorry, what was that?
And where are you throwing it? Because I didn't see where you marked, if you did.
Oh, I just like over in this sort of direction, just to get them to look away from the gate, and not in my direction.
Alright. So you get the rock in general area. And this guard will look away for a moment. Are you wanting to just make your run the second he turns?
No, I'm sneaking. I'm going to sneak, but I'm not. I am going to try and avoid getting too close to any light source. It would be like going down here if it's dark enough here, I'll go
Okay.
straight down there and then
So, a couple of things are gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
One, guard turns and you start trying to sneak out. As he's about to notice the rock and declare that there's an intruder, he's going to hear a branch snap as you make your way out of the bush. Doesn't mean he'll be a little bit over here. Your stealth has failed utterly.
Oh no.
Suppose technically you could use a hero point before I continue this, but I wouldn't recommend it because of the stone thing.
no, we'll go with the tail.
Alrighty. So then, what is your move speed?
My move speed is here somewhere. $25. If I notice, like, I hear that thing snapping underneath my foot, it's just gonna be like, yeah, again, and then just full sprint.
Yeah, double checking the move speed of this thing. Did I not save the tab? Oh, there it is.
Possibly.
All right, so the guard is a bit slower than you, and you have some distance between you. So he's not. So I guess I kind of need to do this in initiative order for a minute, using your stealth as your initiative. So that, and I need to grab a guard dog. That one because it's fun. Unless I go through the floor. And it went to the roof, didn't it? No, even worse, it went to the wall, which is under the roof, but still out of my field of vision, so it's going to be a pain to get back. Okay. Oop. Thing. Oh, yeah, no, so that works. Okay. So, guard goes first.
Here.
I take an action to 5, 10, 15. Can I take an action to open the door?
I think Scrappy's about to get gnawed on by
Take a third action to yell sick 'em.
Here.
Because the dog is not slower than you. 15.
A little fucking Frenchie.
30. 5. 15. Alright. So. So basically, a dog's going to come bolting out of the house and try to lash onto you as you make a break for it. Does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
All right. Dog misses.
Woo.
It is your turn. You have a full turn to try and get out of here before multiple things are going to just start pelting you.
Oh, I am just running.
Oh, also, on other guard's turn, he's going to order you lot to leave. Because you're either a distraction, or... well, you are a distraction, whether it's on purpose or an accident. He doesn't know. He doesn't care at this point.
We were intentionally distracting him from hurting our friend, but then they brought out a Frenchie.
So, I assume you'd be crawling out of the bush to this side, so you kind of... So you can start over here if you want, because the dog could have gotten there too.
Oh yeah, I have gone through the bush. So
Start
Yeah.
your turn there, and I'll move the dog here, because it still could have made it to you.
So I have 3 turns of movement, do I?
You have 3 actions, which you could use
3
all of
actions
them for
of movement.
movement. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I am just terracing towards that gate.
Booking it.
I think about 50 or 55 feet gets me to the gate.
Either way, knows just to count it out.
Alright. I have 75 altogether, so 5, 10...
Well, make sure
Wait,
you
no.
just take it
Do
to
diagonals?
25. Diagonals
Diagonal.
count 5 the first time, 25, not 25, but 10 the second time.
Or 5, 10, 5.
Okay,
So-
so 5,
5, 10,
15,
15.
Is it 5 again?
25.
Yeah, then it's 5 on the next diagonal. And then it's 10 again on the
So that's-
third, fourth diagonal.
so that's 20 there,
Well, that's 25.
30.
Or,
5, 10,
You're-
5.
okay. so
is
you're
20.
confusing me for a second. So, I
If he's
So
doing
I
every
started-
step as a diagonal, it'd go
So-
5, 15, 20,
5.
30.
10. So, well, I just got confused because you did that.
Yeah,
I mean,
because I
just go
can't.
diagonal?
I'm using.
Okay.
I'm using
Arrow keys.
arrow keys.
Okay.
So,
Okay, got it. So 5, 10.
so like that's
5,
5,
15.
15, 20,
Correct.
30.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And I have 25 left, so
So
5.
you get there with the one action you need left to squeeze through the gate.
Wow.
Well, 50 gets me to here, and then an action to squeeze through the gate.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll
Should get you
do
from
that.
here to here. Sorry, I think I screwed that up for you. Let me fetch you back out. Yeah, I think you're just in the wall, so that's fun.
Things are going well.
Yep.
For us, in general.
Right.
I like the dog.
I think as this is
Have-
happening, by the way, Pip is like getting a little panicky. Like, what? They're there? What if she's in trouble? What if they're actually trying to hurt her?
Yeah. Also, Amarita's been up to stuff this whole time. We should jump to her at some point.
Oh yeah, I'm just waiting for my turn.
Yeah, sorry.
My apologies. I think I missed that. Alright, so then what have you been up to while these shenanigans take?
Well, Pip tried the front door. No, Scrapsy tried the front door. Amina has been basically moving along very slowly and carefully. Like taking her time because she's like the second attempt. She basically
Okay.
wants to get to like the back here. Are there still any guards on the around? Or are there less around here?
You don't see any. Don't see
She
any,
would
don't
like-
hear any.
She would like to attempt to climb the wall.
Oh man.
That's her thing.
You use your water ice, just like freeze your hands to the wall and
That would be cool flavor.
that would be cool.
Make me a
Echo.
athletics check.
That's not great. 14.
14. All right,
You
let me
can
see
make
here.
ice picks out of ice.
So this is a 5, 10, 15. This is a 20-foot wall specifically made to keep people out, and thus is not going to be climbable by intention. But I will let you do the ice water thing to allow this to be done, but you're only going to make it about halfway up.
Right?
When you hear from the shadows, "What are you doing? This is our job. Who are you?"
Oh, hey,
This
pricks.
Hey, bitch.
Let me grab some tokens for these people.
That's probably the best greeting I've heard in weeks. Hey, pricks.
I'm Reina, stumbling upon the plot once again.
Sure. That one, and I put them down in kitten. One moment. There we go. Seriously, what are you doing?
Well, you scouted this nice place, and I heard about the job, so I thought I'd, like, compete.
I'm your competition.
Get down from there. You're gonna set off the alarm. And as they say this, you're gonna feel the wall begin to heat up as your ice begins to melt away.
Hmm. Why smell vesting? I'm not doing that. Yes, control again.
Can you say that one more time?
My is melting, but I'm not doing that. Am I losing control again?
I
Why
love
would
that
we
she's
know?
asking the pricks.
Well, actually, no, that's not what they say. What they would more likely say is, because it's the wall. Get off of it now.
Yeah, I think I can do it. I can do this.
All right, so you attempt to just keep climbing.
Yep.
Everything is going great.
All right,
Chaos run,
roll
go.
it.
Ooh, that's better. 22.
22. All right. You'll be able to keep climbing up, but as you just barely reach the ledge with one hand, like your water is no longer going to freeze the surface, and your hand, you basically feel like you're holding onto a stove. So I'm going to take you. You're going to need to take some fire damage. But you can technically get yourself up on top if that's what you still want.
Yeah, she's determined.
No, no. Where's my D6? There it is. All right, you're going to take 7 points of fire damage. As your hand is seared, quite painfully.
Ow, 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 ow. She's immediately gonna try to basically jump on the roof. Get basically off the wall.
Okay, give me another athletics check.
Natural 20.
Okay. So, as your fur begins to catch fire, you make your way onto the roof.
Never underestimate my monkey daughter.
While repeatedly saying ow, and that kind of jump's not going to be particularly quiet. Like, it's not, like, super loud, but it's nighttime. It's noticeable.
I do have the what's called. Where are you? Catfall feature, so I do like land softer, I guess.
I believe that reduces falling damage, right?
Yeah, that cushions your fall because you're falling gracefully. Kind of like duck and roll to try to like make that sound.
I mean, the rest of you feel free to tell me if I'm off base here, but I feel like even if it's more graceful and less harmful, it's not really going to make it quieter.
Yeah, fair.
There's still X amount of force hitting X amount of stationary object.
You could potentially, like, throw on an acrobatics roll to try and lower the sound.
Sure. Why not?
Alright.
Do a little roll and maybe that makes it a little
Natural
less.
1.
Well, never
Alright,
mind.
so I'm going to stick with it being noticeable. It's not like you're not going to like be getting guards from across the street, but you'll be getting the attention of people who are specifically supposed to be watching this house.
Meanwhile, ow, 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 ow. Her hand still hurts, so she's like making water and trying to like treat the burn.
So as you try and treat the burn, you're going to hear from the street. All the things. Do all that work and they go and blow it. That's get out of here before it gets worse. So you're going to hear those two start making a break for it.
The pricks are running.
And as you look down at your hand, you're going to see the word burglar branded into your hand.
Yikes.
So good luck with that. So
okay, so the pricks
unless
are leaving.
yes, the pricks are leaving, and the guard over here is going to begin pulling out a bow. He's not. You don't know if he can see you just yet, because you are a decent bit away in the darkness. But he knows something's up there.
Alright, if the pricks are running, we've technically done our job. So she's going to basically run down and try to jump over without touching the very bad wall.
Okay. one last athletics check. Do it with advantage because you've already done it twice. You already done it once at this point, so you got a good feel for the distance. And plus, it's
Another
above
natural 20.
it. Okay, then yeah, you make it over. You would normally take fall damage, but how much does your like Pat's Grace or whatever it was reduce it by?
You treat the falls as 10 feet shorter.
Okay,
Which means, well, I don't know
so
actually.
the 20-foot fall is treated as a 10-foot fall, and with the 20, I'm gonna half anything you take from that point. I think normally it would have been 10 damage, so you'll take I think 5.
All right.
But you are off the roof on the ground, and from your little bit of feeling with the water you have at your disposal, your fur is no longer beginning to catch fire, though you're gonna have a bit of a spell of smoke for a while, of smoke and burnt flesh for a little while, which is gonna be not fun.
Yeah, robbing this place. Nope. She's going towards the pricks.
You can try and follow them if you want, but they're not like right there. I just hadn't moved them because there's
Yeah, she's gonna
space.
follow. She's gonna try to, if anyone sees this, like, make it look like she was part of the pricks.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Perception? Okay.
Yeah, so she's trying to like keep track of them as you follow them, because like they're bolting, like they're specifically trying to get away from this place and anyone who might have been there watching.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Sorry, like they had escape routes planned since they were planning a heist tonight, and you just don't manage to keep track of them. Okay, I'm getting connection issues. Did people hear me with what I just said?
Yeah, we heard everything you said, but we also said that you got disconnected from Tailspire.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, just making sure.
It all came through.
So, you'll have a general idea of what direction they went, though that's not necessarily anything useful. But
She'll go in a vague direction for a while before, trying to basically double back towards a nearby alley, so she can meet up with the rest of the group.
Alright. Then... to the two gate goers, do you leave when he tells you to leave, or did you try and stay?
Pip is panicking. Pip is going,
Looking for the letter?
as things start happening, they're going, wait, what's going on? Has it already started? Are they robbing her? What if they're trying to kill her?
If the pricks are here, you have to let us help you to stop them. Don't look at me, look for
I
the
did
pricks.
nothing of the kind. I have no way of knowing if you're with them or not. Now leave, or I will use force and make you leave. If you survive the process.
Wait. Can you just make sure she's alright?
That's my job. Now leave so I can do it.
He's not very good at his job.
And it's around that time that he'll be getting out his bow as he hears someone on the roof.
Is that one of them? Gonna run around to the side, trying to figure out what he's shooting at or preparing to shoot at.
Alright, so... Yeah, this feels reasonable. So... As you run around the side, as Amarina lands and chases off after the other two, you're going to see him just fire an arrow into the sky, somewhat at the roof of the tower, as daylight begins to just shine off of this thing.
Daylight arrow.
So... This is perhaps a bit much, but it conveys the point.
I see Amarina land and start running away. Maybe I don't see who she's running after.
Sure. Like, you probably catch a tail. Like, literally see just the tail. But...
Pricks? Say, I'll turn
It's
back.
just happening around the same time that
That
my
you're
thing
getting
is
through
happening.
the gate. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I was. If she's turning off down that way, perhaps he gets out through the gate and then immediately starts running this way.
We're gonna Home Alone 2 this bitch. Pip, I think Amarina found the pricks. We should probably follow her.
Oh, what if?
So,
As he's running, where was Sagar when Scrapsy got through the gate?
I would have been like to the left as you got out the gate.
Just beside me.
No, he would have. Well, I mean, maybe he was still close to you, but he was definitely moving away toward this corner.
Oh, because as he like squeezes out,
Yeah.
he would just hiss,
Yeah.
so that nobody else be like, "You don't know me," and then tear off.
Meanwhile, there's also now a dog barking at the gate, like paws up on it, trying to get through. It's bigger than it looks because it's not that kind of dog, but I don't know. That was the first dog I saw and thought fun. Door gets closed. One guard's got to go and check the back. The other one is going to, without an arrow knocked yet, point the bow at you and make sure you keep moving.
Is you me?
Correct, sorry.
Okay. And at that, you know, so I'm not really even paying attention to him anymore because I'm looking after Amarina, who's running that way, and I'm telling Pip about this. I'm just gonna say, I think we should probably follow her, see if we can catch those pricks.
Pip is kind of giving a, like, looking back and forth between the guard and like, or kind of follows you over here, does a look back and forth thing, and then says, okay.
If we didn't beat them here, there's nothing we can do for that place, but if we did, then we can get that information out of them.
I know.
Don't worry. He's trying to... He's not good at it. Hey, he's got to be good at it, actually. He's a priest. Give me a second. I'm checking his stat. That's not... There you are.
He said, I know, and started following.
He's doing his best to try and be, you know, comforting while also trying to stay on task. He's got 12 charisma. That's not bad. Hiya. Let's give it a little charisma check. A little diplomacy, maybe. Oh, nat 20. 21.
Alright, and
It was for...
what was this rolled for?
It was rolled for talking to Pip, trying to, you know, be comforting and suggesting that, like, we can get information away from these guards and, you know, from the pricks, perhaps, and find out if her cousin's okay.
Alright, then, yeah, do with that what you will.
Yeah, there's my nat 20 for the night.
They were already following.
I know we were following, but she's still worried. He's just saying whatever we can to try and
You're
alleviate that.
slightly less worried.
Yeah, not 20 worth less. Worth less worried, not worthless. All right.
I mean, it's still their cousin, so. But if Amarina is chasing the bricks, then that likely means that they are safe tonight, or she is safe tonight.
Mm-hmm. We'll find out. All right, so the puppet's running the opposite direction. We're chasing after Amarina.
Yeah.
Which means that we are heading away, which I think is what the guard wants us to do. So hopefully he does not take any shots at us.
Basically, so long as you're moving away from like this front, like his walkway bit, he'll be fine. If it's still along the wall, that's still a public street. You're allowed to do that.
And I'm not putting anything past anybody tonight. So much wild shit just happened in the last, 20 minutes.
So, you two try and chase Amarina.
Mhm.
Scrapsy bolts off in a random direction.
Mhm.
And Amarina is trying to follow people that are actively trying to lose people. So I need you to make a perception check to follow Amarina, just due to the fact that she's following their path as
Okay.
best as she can, which...
Come
Also,
on,
like,
perception,
blue people.
don't fail me now. Do you want me to roll this, or is this a hidden roll?
Perception is usually hidden roll, actually, but
Roll it for me, because I'm doing something else with my hands at the moment.
I got a 24.
24. Alright, then yeah, you'll keep track of her the whole way, but you're not close enough to keep track of the bricks.
Damn.
19. So basically, I'm going with Sagar's roll.
Between the two of us, we
24
don't
was-
slow each other down.
Like, if you had been in Amarina's position, like, physically, 24 probably would have kept track of the bricks, but
Damn.
since you're following a follower who already loses them in the process,
Yeah.
Oh, well. That's how it goes.
so, like 30 minutes of shenanigans go by, so it's like 10:30 at night, and you catch up with Amarina as she begins to double back, and none of you have a single clue where Scraps is. Like, you saw him leave, and then run a different direction. So let's start with you three, and then we'll go to Scrap.
Amarina, are you alright?
no, I got shamed by a wall.
You got what? You got shamed by it?
She holds out her palm.
Take a look at that. There's just this word branded into the flesh.
Nope.
That looks bad. I'm gonna attempt.
Distinct smell of burnt hair.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a spell slot and attempt a healing spell. I assume because it was magically put there, that's not going to make it go away.
You can certainly try.
I do try.
So, roll it. And at least heal the hit points she took.
D10s for healing. D10s for Jesus. Nine points of magical healing.
Did you use the one action or the two action version?
The 2 action gets the +8, so I guess it's 17.
Yeah.
Alright. You're not able to heal it fully, but you are able to make it look like a faded scar, like a, not faded, but fading scar, as opposed to like freshly inflicted.
But it still very clearly says burglar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, seeing that Pip's gonna
When the
say-
fur grows back in eventually, you might be able to like cover over that.
Sorry, Pip.
Pip's just gonna see that and say, "Oh, we should probably keep moving."
It's nighttime. No one's going to read it. It's going to matter later, unfortunately. So, when the pricks came out of the house, what window did they use?
Oh, like over there by the tower. That's where.
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
out the time.
You were chasing some pricks out of the house.
Yeah, I was like halfway up the wall. Then they told me, "No, don't do this. This is our job. Oh, and they have magical defenses. Don't do it." I kept going, and consequences.
Right, but like, what window were they using?
They hadn't really tried yet. I think they were just kind of waiting, like they.
So they hadn't entered the house yet.
No.
Oh, well, that's what I was hoping to hear. There you go. If she's home, she should be fine. Pip was worried about their cousin. Apparently.
Oh, our cousin.
This is her
Yeah.
Our cousin lives there.
Apparently, this is their cousin's place.
that we should still get walking away from.
Alright, we are walking away from it. Just not tokens-wise, because annoying.
Making sure.
On a completely unrelated note, does your cousin have cool stuff?
What? I just
Yeah, I didn't catch that either.
I wanna share what I just heard. On that note, are you Snapple? Please stop.
It was your cousin has cool stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I heard Snapple too.
I was laughing because it's right, because you broke into the house earlier that day. So you had seen the cousin stuff. Oh, I had a question. Is your Scrapsy prone to getting existential with you?
Existential?
Yeah. He warned me earlier, as we were parting ways, that I didn't really know him. And I suppose, like, matter of fact, that's true. We've only just recently met. But it seems like an odd thing to remind someone. That maybe there's layers to this onion of a person that is Scrapsy. And I can't really, truly know him for who he is. Not without, living his life a bit.
Okay, so I am torn here. Right, because on the one hand, my wisdom modifier is a 1, but on the other hand, I was kind of already thinking along these lines earlier, so I'm gonna say that. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna say I know what he meant. I think he was just trying to say if he gets caught, it'd claim ignorance.
Oh. I could see that being what he meant. Yeah.
Which also begs questions on its own, but
I was just worried we might need to get your little friend some therapy. I know a great person for that.
I mean, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea for, well, any of us.
I don't know what you mean. I've
He
got
was
my
just
goddess.
born like a couple days ago.
Right. I have another question. You're like a wizard, right? Or something? Like you know magic and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, like we go back in time again, will this thing still be on my hand?
Probably not. I mean,
If we keep our memories, we probably maintain our bodies as well.
but I don't know that we would keep physical injuries. Then we might end up having a whole bunch of like stab wounds and stuff.
That's what healing magic is for. This, though, is scar tissue.
Tough to say then. You do raise a good point.
I know what my guess is. Want to put money on it?
Especially.
Well,
I'll put money on it.
I thought it would be fun.
I just don't particularly want to bet on, you know, our health and safety and wellness and stuff like that.
Gus always bet that we'll be fine. Because then, if you're right, you made money. And if you're wrong, you're dead anyway. So you can't pay them.
Ah, I see.
You lose. Bet you 2% as we can make it.
Did that bet in, was it Lacrissa?
Yes.
Great. I love her.
Lacrissa's great. You lose.
So Scrapsy, you've just left a place you tried to break into and are dashing out into the city. Where are you going?
I would run. He's not going to go terribly far. He's going to get like to an alley and just hide in an alley.
Okay. So you go to like the first alley you see, a couple blocks away. What are we talking?
Right. Right, so I don't know what a block is.
It's a vague unit of
Oh.
measurement.
Yeah. Just like he's going to run down. He's going to find an alley that has something he can hide behind that will conceal him of his stature, where he can still kind of see what's going on, and he wait there for a few minutes to see if there's anyone giving chase. If no one's giving chase, he's going to come out, and he is going to carefully make his way back around.
All right. So you take cover in an alleyway, a few streets over. Manage to find yourself some nice rubbish to hide in. You know, you're not gonna be smelling pleasant for a while, but it'll do.
You found the nice rubbish.
And after you wait, what, 5, 10? How many minutes?
10 minutes is, I think, safe enough.
10 minutes go by. No one seems to be giving chase, following. As far as you can tell, you're in the clear.
So then
Okay.
there's just the matter of linking back up. Because we did not set a meeting place.
Maybe you don't know me was another hint about where to find him. In the place where you get to know people.
Where do you get to know people?
The market, of course.
Market.
Yes.
Are
Meet
you just trying to
people.
buy things?
It's while
I
you're
would
trying to
think
buy
that
things
know
that you
people
meet
better
others
in
and
a
get to
tavern.
Oh, well, I mean, there's truth in that, yes.
Yeah, on that note, we should set like a point in case of emergencies.
I mean, we do all share one location, so if, we don't find him now, there's only one place he's probably going to go. The inn.
Yeah. Ideally, I'd like to see if we can try and link back up with him before then.
Well, let's just,
Make sure he's
wander
alright.
then, right?
I was thinking maybe we loop back to the last cross street.
Sure.
Obviously,
Maybe.
we can't go sit back in front of the house.
I think that's
All
probably
kinds of problems.
going to draw problems for us.
I just feel like if like the inn is like the meeting point, if something goes wrong, like if we all meet up and someone got followed, that's probably bad.
That's true too.
We may want to go back to the inn sometime soon anyway, so you can find that letter you lost.
I don't know that there actually would be a letter.
You seem to
I
be
think-
looking for it in your bag pretty
Yeah, I
hard.
know. I'm wondering if maybe, there could have been some other token. But anyway, regardless. We need to go also back to the inn to sleep. It is getting quite late.
I suppose. Now, Marina could probably do with a lay down after everything she's been through today between defeating a temple of eggs and a wall that made fun of her.
Yeah, I need to sleep.
Are you going to stay at the inn this time, or are you going back to the temple? The monastery, I mean to say.
This time I think I'm gonna go with the inn. If I like stay at the monastery, I'm gonna get woken up really early and be forced to train, and if I'm not better by then, I might throw up again.
Wonderful. That means that you want to stay at the inn. The other thing is unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay at the inn.
All right. So you
So,
three are
loop
heading
back
back.
to the last cross street, wait 5 minutes, and then head back to the inn. Kind of,
Oh,
what I was
grab
thinking.
thing. When you said make your way back, you're making your way back to the house, or making your way back somewhere else?
I'm going to heading back this way again. Again, very stealthy like.
I imagine that we were like taking a little loop around maybe the next house over, like whatever's over kind of this-ish way. And then maybe looping back to like the last cross street before you have fallen off the world, Saggart.
No! Buggered flies.
Oh wait, we. Oh shit. Anyway, but then, the only way I can think to meet up with Scrapsy is to go back to a location nearby that is still not in the immediate vicinity of the house. So I'm thinking like the last cross street or whatever before
Oh.
getting here.
Let's go there, wait a few minutes, and if he doesn't show up, we assume that he'll meet us back at the inn.
Yes. I was just clarifying the plan for Derek.
Alright.
And making sure that everybody was on board with that.
You go back to the last crossroads and begin to wait. Scrapsy, you are trying to sneakily make your way across the house's area that's currently lit up like the sun. Stealth is not a real option here. Like, you can walk quietly, but they happen to look your direction, they'll see you.
Yeah, but did they see me before?
Sunbeam.
I'm... The one by the door did for sure. You're not sure if the other one did.
And I can do, instead of going down this way, can I loop around this way?
Sure.
And go around the back.
So you're just trying to get to the other side. Over here, we're just going on the back.
Yeah, basically instead of coming along this way and then this way, you can just go this way and then that way.
That's D12. Where's my D20? Again, there it is. Alright. Your perception says that you see your friends at a crossroads a street over.
And I will make my way towards them carefully.
Alright.
Hello.
One moment.
One moment, please.
So, you guys will notice that the frighteningly quiet doll begin to approach.
Hello.
Well, good, you're all right. You are all right, right?
Well,
Did
that didn't work.
you get shamed too?
I lost my rope.
That's
And a
certainly
dog
strange.
almost. Dog almost turned me into a chew toy, but I got him.
Well, rope can be replaced. You can't.
Soggart's going to step in front of Grapsy and thrust a hand forward. Say, I'm Soggart, cleric of Gazo. Nice to meet you.
Grapsy will reach up and take his hand and look to the others and say, "Did something happen to him while I was gone?"
Did I get it wrong? You said that I don't know you. This is our first time meeting.
Hippo's gonna burst into nervous giggles.
It's nice to meet you for the first time, sir. If Scrapsy had facial, like, what do you call those things that people have? Eyebrows, facial
We make-
features.
No, He does have facial
Expressions?
features, but the thing where you expressions gives the impression of just kind of like this, looking at you, like he doesn't quite, and that is just like, it's like you hanging out with her. I would have thought that you would understand what I was trying to say.
Pip is like full on laughing at this point, like doubled over.
Let's go back to the inn.
Yes.
It's been a long night.
Yeah, I think I'm going to sleep for like 10 hours.
You and me both.
I think that sounds wonderful.
Apparently, Amarina caught wind of some pricks and stopped them running their burglary.
Yeah, but it did hurt.
You were shamed by a wall.
Yeah, the wall burned me.
That's less than ideal.
I'm sure it would matter if she ever needed to pay for anything and might need to hand somebody an item. Aren't you
Always
lucky
just
that...
start wearing gloves.
Aren't you
Yeah.
lucky that you don't use money to do anything?
Yeah, I don't need money anyways. That's for you.
Lucky
Exactly.
is the word for it.
Alright. Well, you guys have made your way back to the inn.
Longest time.
If you guys want, you can turn in.
I guess I'll use up my magic spells, making sure everybody's at full health.
Yeah, full health.
Ah,
Right. Now, as we are heading back, Scrapsy will be like, so, well, plan was sound for the most part. Ran into a small hitch. Yeah. I forgot, I don't actually open doors.
Oh,
So,
that's what you meant by small hitch. It was a joke.
carrying a stepladder around with me, I don't think would be not a very practical solution.
I suppose not. Well, whatever it is the pricks wanted from that house, they didn't get it. We learned another useful, valuable piece of information, that the house apparently belongs to Pip's cousin. So it's possible that we could visit it in daylight hours and try to figure out, directly from the owner, why the pricks would target it, especially if the pricks are involved with this cult, what the cult might want from the house, given that she is a powerful magician. I assume it's the cult that wants
Wizard.
something.
Magicians are tricksters. Wizards do real magic.
Is that the case?
it is now.
Alright then. Wizard. Then it's the cult that wants something from her abode. And it might be useful in our efforts to stop them to know what that is. I suppose, worst comes to worst, we at least know what's in the place. We let the week reset. We allow the heist to go off, and then we go in and figure out what's missing then.
I would certainly prefer not to let her get robbed, even if it is potentially just going to reset again.
Well, then we will have to try extra hard to figure out what they might have wanted tomorrow.
Are we up in one of our rooms right now, by the way? Not
That is
just
my
having this
assumption.
conversation by the door.
But secondarily, would your cousin have been in the house? Didn't she have that big research lab in the tower? Wouldn't she be there?
Presumably she's still.
Begin to get a
lives
tingling in the
at
back of
home.
your mind.
What?
My
Dagger
paradox
begins
is
to get a
tingling.
tingling in the back.
Oh.
You're beginning to feel a conflict between the two statements you're starting to make.
I mean, of course that's not the case. Why would she be there? That would be ridiculous.
So,
I mean, Pip is just gonna say regardless. Like, well, I mean, she would still live at home. There's still a number of things she might have there.
Wait, didn't that like get changed or something? I feel like it was like the time person's place, then it wasn't.
Paradox for everybody.
I guess we might also have to try and figure out what's the paradox, or where the borders of the paradox are.
Well, apparently one of them's in my head.
if you want to make intelligence checks, let's see if their characters can put the pieces together. That's good. We can do that if you like.
Oh,
My die is on the
yeah.
floor.
That's amazing. You
What
got-
is it, a 5?
No, it's an 8.
Okay, 8. Anyone else?
I want a specific die, but it's on the floor. And if I move, I'll upset the cat.
Wow, I got an 11. That's so high.
Yeet the furball.
Ooh. Intelligence.
No. This is my baby.
I'm
Oh, wait.
guessing that
She's getting up anyway.
This is just straight intelligence.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Well, that's a 13.
13. All right. Well, we're trending upwards.
Sorry, the answer to that question was straight int, right?
Correct.
yes.
20.
20. Trend continues. Okay, so Pip, you will realize that while it's not strictly a paradox by itself, it is starting to tread into that territory, as she both has her possessions and those that used to belong to Pax. So, Pax's Tower, where you first met her, first met her in this game, that is technically a home. That is where Paxley used to live. But she also has her own house that she had before any of this took place. So, which one she's in might not follow logic as things begin to kind of solidify.
Is she Schrodinger's wizard? Is this a quantum superposition?
Not necessarily, just like you can't be sure which one she'll think of as home.
I like it being a quantum superposition.
Yeah, but I'm running on about as much sleep as you, and My brain don't want to do that. Don't want to try to figure out what on earth those words mean or try and science this.
Home is where you place your spellbook.
Home is where what?
Where you place your spellbook.
Ah, yes.
Which one she has two.
Oh shit. Then yes.
I want to borrow her Pacthorad spellbook.
You would. So,
Yeah.
that's what we know. The Tricks are running jobs all over town, as should be expected of a little gang like theirs. And now they're entwined with this cult, so we don't know which jobs are basic smash and grabs and which ones are important to what happens. I'll take solace in the fact that I've begun to help those drow escape the future of crime with them.
Hey, won't that just reset when time goes back?
Let me have this, Marina.
I mean, we can try it in every iteration.
I will say, as you guys are starting to discuss more long-term plans, especially for information gathering stuff, if you want to try and montage it, kind of like just jump from day to day as you cover some things, that is a thing we can do. As I think going motion by motion for this particular campaign is going to be less than desirable for all situations. Like isn't which like it's not always what we want. I'll put it that way.
What floor were our rooms on? I thought it was the second.
It's where I am.
It's the second.
Well, you're on the third.
You have broken into someone's room, sir.
Have I? I thought this was where we stayed.
You sit on the second. The second and third just look identical.
Oh, they do? Oh, they
Yes.
do. Look at that. Well, there we go.
The only difference between them is the stairways out front.
Hello. I'm Sagat, cleric of Castle.
Are you saying this to the people whose room you broke into, or?
Well, I'm saying this to the person who's broken into my room.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I just figured we were all chatting in here since you moved your token in here.
Yeah, we are. I don't know where the other tokens went, so it was just us, so I decided to introduce myself.
Are you just gonna reintroduce yourself every time you see us from now on?
I was told that I don't really know you. And I realized it was true. We've only just met.
I mean, how much can you ever truly know anyone anyway?
Well, I imagine quite a lot. Not to mention the fact that you create a version of that person in your mind as you learn more about them and assume further than that. Perfectly know that idealized version of them in your head. You know that one better than they do because it's not really them. So, perhaps the answer is you're right, and you never really know anybody that well, and in fact, all of life is a delusion. We delude ourselves into thinking we know more than we do about literally everything.
At least it's not an illusion.
We hope.
Probably.
We hope. It's a very convincing one if it is.
I'm having fun looking at this house in cross view. Great.
I just... What Scrapsy said to me has really got me thinking about this.
It's time to enlist the temple's help in group therapy.
No. But we have this joint mission that's so very important, obviously, or else such lengths wouldn't have been taken to ensure that it's successful. And it's going to ensure that we work together upon it. This is ideal in Kazo's eyes. Facing adversity together is the basis upon which many families are built. The strongest families, in fact. It is through facing those adversities that you learn the deeper intricacies of the people in that family. Know them. We have yet more adversity to face. I fear, and I celebrate. Adversity is difficult, so I am saddened that we must face more. But it will make us all a stronger family, and that I celebrate. Does my faith confuse you?
I think I'm just too tired for these kinds of... What's the word I'm looking for?
Discussion?
Yeah, but there's a descriptor.
Discourse.
That's another noun.
Descriptor?
Yeah. Sleeping.
Yes. A descriptor for the type of discourse.
Is it
Metaphysical? Existential?
probably that second one?
I think the colloquial term is deep.
Deep as the ocean.
The ocean's kind of scary.
So can interpersonal relationships be.
Are you scared of me?
Am I scared of you?
Pip's got a cheeky little grin on.
I think that if I believe that you wished harm on me, I would. You are a wizard, and that gives you a great many ways to harm. But given our current relationship, I do not fear you. I do wonder what this journey will teach us about ourselves and about each other. And there is some Certainly one could call it fear at what might be uncovered there. But
Reputation. Reputation is a good word.
reputation is a good word. But I am very willing to face that unknown in Kazo's name. Are you? If not in Kazo's name, then whatever it is that drives you.
Exploration of the unknown is an excellent goal for all wizards.
Then may we have an interesting and enlightening journey together.
I'm kind of imagining that Emerina is just knocked the fuck out in one of these beds. Also, say hi to the cat.
Yeah, she is dead asleep by now. Maybe snoring a little bit.
He's such a little shit.
Look, he doesn't like philosophical discussions. Oh, is that the word you were looking for?
Oh, maybe. No, I feel
Found
like
it.
deeper than that.
So, unless there's more to that discussion.
What?
No.
I believe we have about 8 minutes left. Unless I'm misremembering end times, which happens more
No.
frequently than I care to admit.
Just 8 minutes, I think.
Alright. So then, I'd like to take some just for some game management things. If that's alright with people.
Nap time, it sounds good.
I'm gonna manage your
So-
game.
Nap time sounds good.
Nap time news sounds good, it's true.
So question 1, put up a poll for the upcoming weeks that we're missing. Only 3 out of 5 of us voted, so sorry, but I'm naming names. Kate and Thomas, what do you guys want to do about the weeks where people are missing?
I mean, this is not the reason I didn't respond, I just forgot, but I also kind of feel like as someone gone 2 of the 3 weeks, I don't really get that much of a say, other than I would prefer not to be played without.
Okay.
I think that's a reason to have say, to tell us that you would
Yeah,
rather not
that's
be.
exactly what
Well,
you
yeah,
have
but I
said.
mean, like, beyond that.
But skipping's
it
one
also
that
feels a little
that is a choice. That's one of the options. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
put you down
it's
for
one of the
skip.
options, but there is also an option for short adventure. Which I think would be awesome for the people who can play, but I'm not one of them. And therefore, I can't pick that one.
Yeah, at this point, based on how much of my time I thought I would have and I don't, I'm just gonna nix that one personally.
Fair enough.
So, Thomas, just so I at least know what your thoughts on the topic are, even if you are probably outvoted at this point, what would you want to do if you could pick?
Well, I mean, if you want to play while I'm gone, and just say that Scrapsy was sent off to do something, that's fine. You can fill me in afterwards.
All right.
I don't mind that. But then I know, like, the weeks other people are missing, they might prefer to skip, just so that they don't miss something.
All right. So then, with that in mind, would you guys want to play next week when Thomas is gone? Or do you still prefer to skip?
I voted skip all 3 weeks, so we have a full party.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with skipping.
All right. Just making sure. I assume that's how it would go, but never hurts to double check. Next question. As this session is more or less ending on a philosophical debate, I don't have much direction on what I need to be preparing for next session. So what, at least in general, do you guys think you want to do next time?
I want to go to the marketplace and talk to Bert.
Okay.
I want to inspect his wares.
Which Bert?
The more up and up Bert.
Yes.
Okay, fruit salesman
Or
Bert.
claims to be up and up anyway.
All the birds.
But yeah, we might also want to check in on the other Bert. I think didn't Sogert want to meet that Bert too?
I don't recall, but I'm sure it wouldn't hurt.
So make sure I have at least
Bert.
those two Berts fleshed out.
Gotta find the other 7 birds.
He was dissatisfied with how I handled the first Bert.
I was worried that we were tipping our hand. Which it's not like we can untip our hand if we did, in fact. So,
I mean, we kind of can.
well, on the next go around, yes, that's true. We just spend this go around just outing ourselves to literally everything and seeing what shakes out of the woodwork so that the next time around we can sneak up on it.
God.
I mean, sounds like a valid tactic to me.
Unless we
Would certainly make for an
ignite a
interesting
couple
first go
paradoxes.
around.
What?
I said it would certainly make for an interesting first go around.
Unless we ignite a bunch of paradoxes along the way. And get people involved in things sooner than they ought to be. Or sooner than we want them to be anyway.
It's fine, and we learn that that's too soon. And we don't do it next time. Everything will be.
No, I mean involved in the time loop. Remember Paradox's warning?
I must have forgotten the detail that you're remembering.
That we would want to avoid creating direct paradoxes like we did with the questioning of my cousin. Because the cult leader might start taking notice.
I guess that does ring a bell. Well, fine. That won't be our plan. We'll find some other cool, hedge our bets thing to do. We'll think on it. Noodle.
Noodle Cadoodle. It was a fun store back in the day.
Yes.
You're old now.
All
The other
right.
one's Zany Brainy.
What? Brain didn't parse that question.
There was another similar store, I think like Zany Brainy or something like that.
Oh, I'm not familiar. So, we'll skip, and then we'll come back in 3 weeks' time. And hopefully
Yeah.
Deal with the Berts.
go with the birds, and hopefully other stuff will also be thought up to explore.
I will do my best.
Yay.
Alright, so that's it. And Ashley, in case you want to change your mind whenever we come back, but that at least gives me an idea of where to put some initial effort.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Well
Alright.
then. We shall call it there. Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.